So this is what it's going to look like for the next 12 weeks. Broccolini chicken rice, broccolini chicken rice, broccolini chicken rice,
broccolini chicken rice, broccolini chicken rice, broccolini chicken rice.
Let's get on to the video. Woo!
When I'm without you, every day, every
Yeah. What's up YouTube? It's Keeper KP. Welcome to this video. I'm excited you are watching this. I want to explain about my plans for competing in Men's Physique 2021 Alphalete Men's Physique, the grand opening of Alphaland October 30th. It's gonna be sick. Really excited. I want to show you guys what the plan looks like here on the whiteboard. So you can call me Professor KP if you want. There's a lot of value in this. So hopefully you enjoy this video, but pretty much just a few things I want to explain first, which is the numbers that I'm about to tell you. These are the numbers that I got from my own age, height, weight, activity levels. So I don't say do these numbers because everyone's different, right? And second, you might be like, oh, cool, Keep, I'll listen to you because you've competed before, right? No, I haven't. I haven't competed before. It's my first time, but in the past, I have gotten really, really lean before where I could have stepped on stage, but I didn't because I couldn't find enough spray tan to help with my ginger paleness. Suck. No, I'm just kidding. I was in the mindset of it's me versus me and I don't need to compete against anyone. But now after a few years of lifting, I'm kind of bored. I need to challenge myself. So welcome to this video. We're gonna jump right into it. You can still take these principles. It's a little bit extreme because you don't really have room to mess around, but you still can take this sort of principle and lose fat, gain muscle, be in the best shape of your life. And this is something I'm gonna stick to. I'm 82 days out today. So first thing I wanna talk about is the intake, or how many calories my body needs to consume, or your body needs to consume throughout this whole process to make sure that you can get shredded enough, okay? I'm gonna bring this forward just a little bit more, okay? So the intake. I have up here BMR. BMR, you need to figure out your BMR, which stands for Basal Metabolic Rate, and that pretty much is the idea of how many calories your body needs to eat throughout the day to properly function, okay? You can go to Google, search up BMR calculator. I searched up Harris Benedict formula. That's something I learned from Mark Fit. That's a really cool thing. It's the same thing though, and you're just gonna put in your age, your height, your weight, and your activity level, okay? That gives me, or sorry, not your activity level, but your age, height, and your weight, and it gives me 2,015 calories I need to consume to properly function throughout the day and not faint, okay? So if I am training 6 to 7 days a week, I'm gonna put in my BMR times 1.725. Now on these websites and stuff, it's gonna give you different numbers you can times your BMR by, depending if you wanna work out 2 to 3 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, right? 6 to 7 is pretty like extreme working out. Because I'm doing this competition, I'm gonna be working out 6 to 7 days a week. So it's really, really intense. So I need to be eating more calories because I'm working out so much. But you're gonna take your BMR, times it by your activity level. My number came out as 3,475, so that's my maintain. That's what I need to eat to maintain my body weight now, which is 195 pounds. But I wanna get stupid shredded for summer shredding. In order to do that, you have to go into a caloric deficit, meaning eating less calories than what your body needs. So to keep it pretty simple, I've always stuck to minus 500 calories. It's not too little, it's not too much. You can experiment with yourself. This is something that's always worked for me. So my number would be 2,975 after I subtracted from my maintaining calories here. So I'm in a deficit. That's what I put on the board. Deficit, deficit, deficit. It's really simple. Like a lot of people make like dieting really, really hard. But as long as you know your numbers, it's kind of like a numbers game. So as long as you know your numbers, you're gonna be set up. So after you get the intake, I'm gonna push it back over here. After you figure out your intake or what your dieting is going to look like, you gotta figure out your macronutrients, your macros, which is protein, carbs, and fat. How much you need to eat every single day in order to get into great shape. If this is something you guys want to do, right? So for me here on the board, I'm gonna keep it super simple. Over time, I'm going to decrease carbs over time and up the protein. So essentially, the protein is going to keep me full and satiated. The carbs is going to it's going to get me drained, but over time, every single week, I'm going to have this refeeds. Woohoo! Hungry. Refeeds once a week, but I'm still tracking my refeeds. The refeeds are just there to rejuvenate the mind, the body, and really get me set up for the next week. And but as of right now, guys, like 82 days out, that's not really happening. As they get leaner though, refeeds will happen. But how do we get these numbers? Again, you can go online, but pretty much I start off with a higher carb, 50% around there. You can also change these, so it doesn't really matter. But I started with 50% carb, 30% protein, 20% fat. So I get this by getting my number here, my winning number, my deficit number, 2,975 times 0.5 divided by 4 gives me this number here, 371 grams of carbs, 223 grams of protein, and 66 grams of fat. And how I get that number, how we divide it by is because there's 4 calories per gram of carb, and there's 4 calories per gram of protein, and there's 9 calories per gram of fat. So roughly you can stick around at least, like, I like to stick around 1 gram of protein per body pound. So I'm eating a little bit higher because I like protein. I like eating my proteins. So that's how I get this number. Pretty simple. Again, you can go online. There's all the equations on there that you can put this through. So I'm gonna focus on my refeeds once a week. Then, I gotta figure out my cardio. So if you really wanna get lean, cardio is gonna be something that I'm gonna have to start implementing in my routine. So what's better? You got HIIT or LISS. So HIIT is high intensity interval training. This is something like sprinting on treadmill or outside or on the bike. You're doing like 30-second hard, 2-minute rest, repeat. You got low intensity steady state, which is LISS. This is what I prefer. And this is kind of like walking on a treadmill on incline slow or Stairmaster. I prefer LISS because, I don't know, just like watch YouTube videos. You can watch Kiefer Pulahoike's YouTube channel. You could answer emails, read a book. It takes longer, but I enjoy that better. I think a lot of people enjoy that too better, but pretty much I'm gonna start off with like 2 times a week. That's what I'm doing right now. And then over time, moving into 3 times, 5 times a week. I even know individuals that have competed before and they're like, dude, I don't even do cardio. I just go into a big caloric deficit. But I would just rather stick with cardio, be more conditioned throughout this process. Okay, so down here, you guys, I actually have what the training is gonna look like. And this is really cool and interesting. I actually heard this from an individual named Eric Browser, and he talks about this PRRS, which stands for Power, Rep, Range, and Shock. So this is a new training program that I'm gonna implement here for the next few weeks. So Power, Rep, Range, and Shock, this is kind of like, to best describe it, he said, this is really like a psychological warfare on your mind and your body, and it's really pushing your body to the limits so it doesn't adapt to the normal workouts that you're doing every single day. So I'm gonna be trying this and it's gonna be very interesting. So power obviously is going to be like powerlifting, like heavy compound movements like bench press, overhead press, deadlift. Rep range is going to be something like, it's a more of a pyramid scheme, or pyramid scheme. Fuck. More of a pyramid, so you're like working up in reps, higher rep range, going back down. And then you got the shock, and the shock is really like focusing on really digging into those muscles and over exhausting them, creating that lactic acid, and then resting. So that's something I'm gonna try. It's gonna be interesting to try, but I'll let you guys know how it is. If you guys are actually familiar with this, let me know. But something that I've stuck with or I've done before, which worked really well, that got my numbers up to like 350 bench, 400 squat, 500 deadlift, is push-pull legs PPL, okay? Push-pull legs as simple as day 1 push, day 2 pull, day 3 legs, day 4 rest, and then repeat day 5 push, day 6 pull, day 7 legs. And that's something that I think is super simple. I believe in just keeping things super simple, keep it stupid simple, to win, to make it easy. And something I want to talk about is like over exhaustion. Like people always talk about, oh, I'm worried about like doing a competition or getting really lean because I'm gonna lose my strength. But pretty much as long as you focus on having a proper routine in place where you're eating properly and you're working out at the right time, and that when you show up to the gym, if you focus on your big compound movements, like what I was just saying, overhead press, bench press, squat, deadlift, and keep those numbers high by doing a power range, it's going to allow you to keep that strength. I think it's kind of BS when people are like, oh, I'm gonna lose all my strength, right? But I think over time, your body will get accustomed to it and you'll be able to be lean and keep that strength. Last thing I want to talk about is lifestyle and habits. As you can see in here, I have different boxes. I have sleep checked off. Sleep is amazing. I have an Oura ring. For the past few months, I've been really studying my sleep. Sleep is very, very important. I read a book by Sean Stevenson, changed my mind completely about sleep. It's amazing. Drinking, X'd off. You can't really mess around when you're on prep for drinking. Meditation, huge. I love meditation. I have a lot of meditation videos on my channel. Not a lot, but I love the idea of meditation. It's really a mental game when you're getting lean. Massage, something I want to work on, and eating out's X'd off too. So those are some lifestyle things that I'm gonna have to commit to and that you would have to commit to as well if you're doing this sort of prep. So habits, pretty much as you can see over here, I just have a target. It's just pretty much tracking my macros, my calories every single day. That's my habit. Staying consistent with it, tracking every single day. This is what I know is important. This is what wins, is being consistent in that area with your macros and your calories and everything else. But those are the habits I'm gonna be really consistent with for the next 82 days. Sorry for like rushing the end of the video. My freaking camera, guys, it's just kept dying. Like, what battery doesn't last more than 10 minutes when you charge it for 20? So, sucks. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Like this video, share it for someone if they want to get more value on stuff. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to see the outcome, what happens for Alphaland Men's Physique. And that's it. Okay, peace out, guys.